Hi guys, Risa, oh my god, I cannot talk. Risa777, my good friend, tagged me to do this tag, and which is funny because I had just written down like a whole bunch of kind of weird, quirky things about me, so I was totally prepared to do this, so thank you for tagging me. The first one is I'm deathly afraid of heights. I never used to be. When I was little, I used to love to go up escalators. I thought they were so much fun. Now I like hang on to dear life. Like I'm always feeling like I'm kind of rocking back and forth. I just have like nightmares about falling down and killing myself in an escalator or somehow falling over the side, over bridges and stuff. I kind of panic a little bit, and I totally get that from my dad, like 110%. Kind of fitting with the afraid of heights thing is going up big hills. Where I live, our big city is separated into four sections, and one is really super duper hilly. I mean, literally, you guys, in order to get up into the town, that portion of the town, it's like this. Like you're driving like this. And I know that, you know, my car's not going to roll back. You know, I know that I'm going to be able to get up it, even if it takes a little bit, depending on which car I'm in. But it just freaks me out. Like the mechanics of it all, I just am like, how the hell can you do that? And like in Seattle, the roads are like this, so you're going, or going up. Constantly am having this nightmare that I'm like on this really small bridge, like really thin bridge, and I have to balance my car in the middle or I'm gonna die and go into the water. Like a bridge that's like this. Constantly am having that nightmare. I've had it since I was little. It must mean something. So if anybody knows kind of maybe what dreams mean, let me know. I'm curious. I can't swim. I'm deathly afraid of water, as you will see probably in this tag. I'm deathly afraid of a lot of stuff, and I think that's because when I was little, my parents didn't really have me experience a whole bunch of things. Like, never went swimming. My dad's afraid of the water. I don't think anybody in my family can swim, so it just wasn't a priority for us. And so I pretty much float and I doggy paddle. I can't get too deep. If I can't touch, I totally start to panic. One thing that a lot of people are actually surprised about is that I'm a huge gamer, meaning video games. I love, particularly role-playing games. So like Final Fantasy is was like my ultimate game. Now I'm totally hooked on Skyrim. It's an amazing game. I've already put in like 130 hours in that game, and I got it for Christmas. So pretty much a lot of my weekends are spent playing that game because it's so addicting. To me, role-playing games are like reading a really good book, except you're almost kind of living it. So that's just why I love them. I have to have a fan to sleep or some type of noise, preferably a fan. I used to listen to music, but now I'm back into my fan. I've had this for several years. Just if I'm lying in bed and hearing all the cricks and crannies of the house and things going on outside, or if it's windy, it like really freaks me out. I have to have a fan or I will be, like, I'll have the worst night's sleep ever. And it has to be cold. I love my room to be super cold and be burrowed under the blankets. It's the only way I can really sleep. Another thing kind of about sleeping and why my bed is usually never made, I mentioned in a video that I don't like to make my bed. And the reason is because I totally mess it up every single night. I basically wrap myself in like a cocoon with my blankets. My blankets have to be underneath my feet, tucked under, and I literally, it's like I'm in a sleeping bag. It has to be that way, or again, I can't really sleep. I don't know what's going to happen when I get married, but he's just going to have to deal with that. It has to be that way, or again, you know, I just can't sleep. So that's why I never make my bed, because I make a total mess of it every night. And I'm lazy, but we'll forget I said that. I'm obsessed with condiments and sauces, like in the grocery store aisle, which I love to go grocery shopping too, by the way. I could spend hours in the grocery store. I could spend like hours just in the condiment sauce section. I love condiments. There's just so many things that you can do with them. There's so many combinations and ideas just that I get from just condiments. Like, you should see my fridge. It's ridiculous. It's full. Do this so much anymore, but this was totally an OCD thing. Like, when I was in school and, you know, you had your locker with the lock on it, I would have to spin the lock and then try and open my locker about 5 million times. When I lived in my apartment before I moved back in with my mom, same thing. I had to, like, budget, like, 10 times before I could walk away to make sure that it was locked. Horrible. I mean, I would be late to work sometimes because I would be so OCD about trying to make sure that the door was locked. So, luckily I don't really have that anymore, but, you know, it kind of goes in phases, so. My dad used to always, like, make fun of me because when I sit, I have my toes curled under. Like, my toes are kind of curled under anyways, so it doesn't hurt me to have my feet like that. But my dad would just always be like, God, doesn't that hurt? Because, like, my knuckles on my, like, by my toes or whatever would be almost white, and that's just how I am. Like, it keeps my feet warmer, and I've just always done that, so. I hate loud noises. The only loud noise that I do like are lawnmowers and riding lawnmowers, because my dad had a small engine repair shop since I was very little. So we always had lots of lawnmowers, lots of noises like in the garage going on. So things like that don't bother me. It just kind of reminds me of home. Like, I love spring and smelling fresh cut grass and hearing people mow, because it's just like homey to me. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but, you know, I grew up with that, so. But two sounds that I absolutely hate. For one, motorcycles. I cannot stand motorcycles. Like, every time I'm next to one, or every time I hear one cruising down the street, I, like, cringe. Like, my whole body, I just totally tighten up. Or, like, loud car exhausts. Like, I get so irritated. Like, after I hear one, I have to, like, calm myself down, be like, it's okay, they're not gonna hurt you. And then another one is guns. Like, the sound of guns totally freak me out. I hate the noise. I just don't like loud noises. And this really isn't mean, but it's weird. I love to listen to people talk when they have colds. Love it. I think people sound so cool when they have colds. I don't know what it is, just being stuffed up and hearing them sniffle. Like, it's so weird, but I love it. Like, I could listen to somebody with a cold that's really stuffed up for, like, hours, because I just think it sounds cool. I'm obsessed with, like, medieval times, like, especially English, Scottish, Irish, you know, those times, which is another reason I think why I'm so obsessed with Skyrim, because it's set back in those medieval days where you have the armor, and you have swords, and you go into battle, and you ride horses, and any movie that is set back in those times, I absolutely love. Queens, kings, princesses, I love the whole thing. I love reading books, I love watching movies, I love playing games that are set back in that time. I'm a lotion fanatic. I have so many lotions, it's like crazy. I have at least 3 to 4 like mini lotions in my purse right now, because I can never be without it. Ever since I was little, if I get my hands or my feet even a little bit wet, lotion. I'm applying lotion. Every time I wash my hands, lotion. Gotta put lotion on. If I don't have it, I will have a panic attack. Literally, I will freak out and I can't touch anything. Anything. Like touching clothes or a piece of paper or anything. I cannot stand it. I just have to have lotion. It's like the high maintenance in me that comes out with that. I just cannot stand it. So lotion is my savior. I'm a huge procrastinator. I wait to the very last second to do everything. Like in school, when I would have papers due, I would do it the night before. Like a big project that we were supposed to do for like an entire month or for like an entire 2 weeks. I'd stress myself out to the very last second to get it done. But I always got A's. Like, if I actually took my time and went through it like we were supposed to, I wouldn't get a good grade. So I think I just work really well under stress and pressure, which isn't good for your health, but that's just the way that I've always been. Which kind of leads into My hair, I hate getting my hair done or like getting my nails done. I just hate sitting there. Like, it feels good to have somebody play with your hair, but I just hate sitting there. It's like, oh my god, are we done yet? I mean, seriously, like, I feel like it just takes too long. I just don't like to sit there. I don't feel like I'm under control. I just don't like it. When my dad was still here, he would always yell at me because I would, for one, steal his socks, and for two, steal his t-shirts. Usually, if I'm at home, you will find me in a huge, like, extra, extra large men's t-shirt and, like, baggy pants, like, sweatpants. I look like a total bum when I'm at home. Just big, huge man socks, like, I just love them. They're the most comfortable for me, and that is pretty much what I wear when I'm out. Oh, another sound, or like rather another feeling that I cannot stand is to have somebody file your nails. Like when I used to get my nails done, hated, oh my god, it was like, just freak out. Like even when I file my own nails, I can barely stand it, so I rarely file my nails. Like getting pedicures done, when they file your toenails, holy crap. I literally want to crawl in my skin. To me, it's like nails on a chalkboard. It drives me crazy. I love trains. I love everything to do with trains. My dad was a big like model train person, so and he just loved trains. So I don't know if, you know, some new subscribers may not know, but I lost my dad 2 years ago. And every time a train goes by, because we have a train that goes by frequently by my work, every time it goes by and I happen to be there while it's going, I just think, you know, of my dad, and, you know, that's like the presence of my dad to me. So I just love trains. I hate paying for things. Like, I love to go shopping. I do a lot of my shopping online, but I hate just standing there at the cashier, like trying to fake conversation, and if they're not talking and you're not talking, you're like looking around, and then there's somebody behind you, and they're totally staring at you, they're checking you out, they're doing the whole 360, and I really don't like it. That has to do with some anxiety issues that I have, but like I get anxious paying for stuff or going through the drive-thru. I get anxious just sitting there. It's like, or sitting at stoplights, you know, because you know that people may be looking at you, staring at you, so I just don't like it. And then the last one, I think this is 19, but spelling and grammar is a huge, like, pet peeve of mine. I don't correct people because I just think that's kind of rude, usually, but especially written grammar. I'm like almost perfection usually, like especially when I'm writing a paper or really writing anything. Even with text messages, I try to be as perfect as possible, and that has to do with my sophomore honors English teacher. I will forever remember her. For one, she smelled like pee. For two, she looked like a weeble. Not to be mean, but she looked like a weeble. She was just short and round and just fat, and she would like wobble around, and she was a total bitch, to be honest, but I learned the most my whole high school career from that teacher. She was so strict on grammar, it was crazy. So I learned so much from her, but like especially when people spell their wrong, like they are, there as in plural, or there as in over there, like that drives me crazy, or your, or you are. It totally drives me crazy. So I think I've rambled a lot in this video, so I am going to tag, let's see, a lot of the people that I want to tag have already done this, but I know Stacy K76 hasn't done this, Chrissy and Pink, The Style Chronicles, I think Jamia, you already did this, Irby2121, Faithers K, and I'll put some other names below, but so I hope you guys found this interesting. It was really fun, like, trying to come up with stuff. And, you know, other people have been having other people, like, especially their boyfriends or husbands, come up with a few things, so that's always fun. So I hope to see your guys's, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.